Well, hello everybody. It is 6:30 on Tuesday, which means it's time for Tiger Stamp Club Live, where we make great cards. And I do believe I have another great card for you tonight. I really do. Um, and I appreciate you guys joining me on a Tuesday. Um, because I missed the last couple, and then I joined this pickleball league on a Monday. It happened to be on a Monday. I didn't really join, but I filled in for somebody who was injured. And anyway, I believe that I'm going to start doing it on a Tuesday from now on. So already doing that day hop, but I think that's what's going to work out best for me. And so hopefully Tuesdays work out for you guys. We are getting very close to a brand new catalog. In fact, if you're a demonstrator, you can pre-order from the catalog. I believe that it's live now, and there's some brand new online items. If you're a demonstrator, that you can pre-order. So that's very, very exciting. There is an alphabet die set. I promised myself I was going to use my self-control, I promised myself that I was going to use my self-control. And then I saw this, it's kind of a pretty large alphabet die set that I've already got my eye on, and then there's several other things. So I haven't pre-ordered anything yet. So I'm trying to use my self-control. Let's see how long that lasts. Let me take a quick look and see who's here. It looks like Linda Young is here. Gloria, Carol Jones. Carol Jones, I miss you. I don't ever get to see you anymore. So looks like it may be really good odds on winning tonight's card. This is a card that looks harder than it really is. So that's my favorite kind of card. It's kind of like my 12-layer Jello. It's not really hard, but the Jello takes some time. Well, this doesn't even take all that much time. And it's one that I've just seen over and over and over again by other demonstrators. And so I thought I would bring it to you. It is called a pop-up cross card. Let me grab my example. Here it is. So here is the example, and if you look at it, you can see that it's really three-dimensional. This cross pops up, but it does fold over and down so that it will fit into a standard envelope, one of our standard envelopes. And so this is going to be a perfect card for Easter, or even this will be a perfect card for a sympathy card. This would work well for a sympathy card. Or maybe if you have a granddaughter or grandson going through a confirmation or a christening or something like that. I thought it was super cool. And Easter's coming up next month. And so this is going to be a really, really cool card. And you could make several of them. It's not one of those ones that are super hard to make. And so, and then, it could also be displayed. It stands up really nicely, and so it could be displayed. So this is where we're heading tonight for this pop-up cross card. All right, so to get started, we have a card base here that is 11 inches by 4. So our normal card base is 11 by 4 1/4 when we're doing a vertical fold like this. Um, so it is just 1/4 of an inch thinner than our normal card base. And the reason why that is, when you fold it over to put it into your envelope, you see that there's a little bit of room here that it extends beyond the card base. So that's why our card base is just a little bit smaller than our normal card base. I wanted to explain that to you. And then I'm going to set this right here. And we're going to begin with a piece of cardstock that is 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. And then we're going to score it. And this is what's going to create our pop-up function. So let me get my trimmer here. And so we are going to score this on at 1 1/4. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. One 1/4. I can't read my list. 2. 3 1/4. And 4. So again, we're scoring this at 1 1/4, 2, 3 1/4, and 4. And before we burnish this all up and fold it all up, I think it's going to be easier to put the layers on first. And so our layers are going to be basic white, and you're going to need 3 pieces that are 5 1/8 by 1 1/8. 5 1/8 by 1 1/8. And so let's put those on. And I just spent some time cleaning off my my glass mat here. It was all gunked up. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. Yeah, this is gonna work. It was all gunked up, and so it reminded me to bring out my silicone mat, because anytime you're doing gluing, you should use your silicone mat, and that keeps all the mess isolated to that, and then it's a quick cleanup. But I never remember to do that until I'm in the hot and heavy mess of gluing. I said, oh, I should have my silicone mat. But anyway, so I'm being a good demonstrator tonight and using my silicone mat. So these are going to go on the outside. And I'm trying to be straight here. Hopefully you guys can see that. And then this one is going to go in the middle. Hey, Diana Carr, glad you found me. All right. I did get some glue on that, but that's okay because we're going to layer this up. All right, so now, our card base, and oh, by the way, I'm using Berry Burst as our card base, and it's 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. Then I'm taking, and I scored it at 1 1/4, 2, 3, and 3 1/4 and 4. And now I'm just putting these layers on, and I have 3 that are 5 1/8 by 1/8, and then I have 2 that are 5 1/8 by 5/8. And those are going to go in our open areas now. Hey, Denise. And I mean, you could go ahead and burnish these score lines, but I just think it's easier to get these layers on here straight when it's flat like this. All right, so these are our base layers or base mats. And now I'm going to bring over some DSP mats. All right, so for the middle of our pop-up piece, I'm using this DSP, and this is from the Unbounded Love. Hold on. I'm sorry. It is from the Unbounded Beauty DSP set. That's from the annual catalog, Unbounded Beauty. And what I did was just find some paper. I was actually looking for some floral paper because the demonstrator that I am copying, she used some floral DSP. And so, of course, I went looking for some floral DSP, and this has floral in it. But then I saw this sheet here, and I thought, oh, that's super pretty. So we're going to use that. And so this piece goes in the middle, and then I have two pieces that are 5 1/2. Nope, that can't. Is that right? 5 1/2 by 2? I don't think that's right. I have two pieces that are 1/2 by 5. This is 1/2 by 5. Oh, 5 by 1/2. That's right. I just can't read. And you need two of them. Okay. Not only do my words disappear when I'm on live, so does my ability to read, apparently. But I thought this was just super pretty DSP. And then, so after I decided that I was going to use this DSP, I looked on the back of our DSP sets, because Stampin' Up! Is very good about color coordination. And I just looked at the list of colors that coordinated with this DSP, and that's how I determined to use Berry Burst as my card base, or this fold function, not my base. All right, this is going to be the main thing of our cross, and then we're going to have two contrasting patterns here on the outside, and those pieces are 5 by 1. All right. And don't worry about all these measurements because I haven't got it together like I have before, but I will get it together and post it sometime tomorrow. So if you don't want to worry too much about the measurements, I will post a recipe tomorrow on this card, which also has a supply list with it. So did you guys have a good spring break? We had Roman here, as you guys know, and I had a blast with him. We took him to the Monster Truck, Hot Wheels Monster Truck show that was at the BOK in Tulsa. And he got to go down on the floor and take his pictures with all the drivers and get their autographs and stand right next to those big old trucks, and we had a good old time. All right, so remember, we scored this, and then I just decided that it was going to be easier to get all my layers on before I started burnishing my my score lines. So that's what I'm going to do now. And so in the middle here, it's going to be a mountain fold on both sides. And then this is going to be a valley fold over here. And I'm just going to burnish that really well with my bone folder. So it actually goes valley, mountain, mountain, valley, if you were going to do it in order. Valley, mountain, mountain, valley. All right, and that's what's going to give us our pop-up feature of our card. All right, now, yes, I think now's a good time to go ahead and attach this to our card base. Let me get all these stickies out of the way. Hey Marlene, man, I haven't seen you in forever. And you recently had a birthday, didn't you, Marlene? All right. So right now it does not matter which direction is up, although I do kind of want this blue to show because I don't want it to be all purplish. So, yeah, I'm going to put glue on this flap only and then get that lined up on my card base, hopefully nice and straight. And then all I have to do is do this other side, and you can see how this already is starting to pop up. See that? And that gives that dimension there. All right, so now let's put glue on this side. So guys, I've seen so many variations of this card on the demonstrator Facebook page. It's kind of all the rage right now. So of course I wanted to show you guys because I don't want you guys to be left out of, you know, the trend. And I'm just making sure this is on here straight. And you can be prepared for Easter if you do Easter cards, because that is coming up. And what I really like about that is you really don't need anything other than the sentiment. You really don't need anything Easterish to, you know, like it's not like you have to buy a special stamp set or, you know, die set or anything to do this. Because, I mean, that's basically it right there. And so what I'm saying is you can probably use what you already have on hand to do a card like this. All right, so now we're going to do the cross part of the cross, this piece. And so we're going to start out with a piece of cardstock that is 3 1/8 by 1 1/4. And on top of that, we're going to layer it with a piece of basic white that is 3 by 1 1/8. So let's go ahead and put that on there. And I'm using liquid glue so I can just finesse it into place before it actually adheres all the way down. So I have a better chance of getting it straightish. And then our DSP layer is 2 7/8 by 1. And that's going to layer on top. And then that's going to go something like this. I'm just checking to see, you know, how far over. But if you try and get it, you know, pretty close to in the center there, then it will work and fit into your envelope. Now there's some cards out there, like I don't know if you guys go onto YouTube, and I mean I bet if you go to YouTube and type in pop-up cross card, you'll see a million videos. Some of them, because of the fold over, made their card bases super small. And so I found this demonstrator had adjusted the measurements so that it would fit into an A2, or is it A2? Is that the size? Envelope, our normal size envelope. All right. So that's the majority of the work right there, and you can see that I didn't lie, that it is pretty easy to do. All right. And like I said, you probably can make these with something that you already have on hand, because I know you guys all have DSP and you have cardstock. You need to use that cardstock. And that's why I was excited about this card too, because it's making me use some DSP that I hadn't even opened. All right. For our sentiment, I'm going to use a couple of punches. So let me bring those over. I'm going to use 1 3/4 inch circle punch, and then this heartfelt hexagon punch. And I'm doing this out of Berry Burst again. And then let's stamp before I punch. Oh, I didn't even tell you what stamp set I'm using. So for my greeting, my sentiment, this is the only Easter stamp that I found. And so this is the one I'm using. It's from the Storybook Friends bundle. And so, you know what? You just use what you have, right? I'll see if I can stamp this without getting it all. There we go. Now, let me clean off my stamp because I'm going to get it everywhere if I don't. It's off the stamp, but it's not off the block. All right, now I'm going to punch this out. And really, you know, you can use whatever you want for this focal piece right here, but it needs to be big enough to cover up this overlap area here to give you the illusion that that is like one piece of cross or whatever. You know what I'm saying. So whatever it is, it needs to be big enough to cover up that crossbar, the intersections there. I'm going to use my grid paper to see if I am close to being straight with my sentiment. It looks good. All right. Now I'm going to just put some glue right there. Oops, I don't want to move it out of whack. There we go. Voila. Isn't that cool? I just love this card. All right. Now, the only bit of die cutting that I did was pretty funny. I've got these two little gold filament things. We're going to use them as little flourishes for our front here. And I am using from the Storybook Garden Patch die set. This is all, the Storybook Friends have dies that go with them, and then there's a Storybook Garden Patch stamp set that has these dies that go along with them, and they're all in this big suite. Okay, so I'm using the stamp set from one bundle and the die set from another bundle, and there is this die right here that is actually, I believe, the Carrot Top. But we're using it today to be flourishes on our pop-up cross card. So I'm going to put one right about there and one right about there. And then I have some ribbon, and I'll give you the name of that. It is some Petunia Pop bordered ribbon. So in this DSP, not only was Berry Burst listed as one of the coordinating colors, Petunia Pop was also. So that's how I decided on the ribbon, because you can tell that it just fits right in with this color. So what I'm going to do is put these flourishes on, if I can grab my glue dots. I'm going to put these flourishes on with a glue dot. Okay, and then I'm going to put this ribbon right here between them, also with glue dot. All right, almost there. What do you guys think of that? Isn't that cool? And easy to do. I love it when it's both cool and easy to do. Then I went looking through my stash. By the way, everything that I'm using is current right now. I looked it up to see if it was available. These are the Adhesive Back Pearl Trio. And one of the colors is Petunia Pop. And so I was like, that is perfect. How lucky that I already have this. All right. And I am going to just Petunia Pop these on. Something like that. All right, so let me clean up here real quick. And in no time at all, just using mostly DSP and coordinating cardstock, we have this really cool pop-up Easter card that will be a real wow for whoever you choose to send it to. And remember, this could also, like I said, go for a sympathy card, would work really well for a sympathy card or a christening. You guys get it. So I hope you like this card. Remember, if you comment during tonight's video, you have a few more times to comment, minutes to comment. Then your name will go into a drawing to win this card. And it looks like we have really good odds tonight on winning. And if you share this video, then your name will go in twice. Thank you guys for being here. Hey, Sherry. I am glad that I'm looking at the comments right now. Hey, Jen. just to make sure that I haven't missed anybody. Hey, Carol Fagans, Diana, Susan Bischoff's here. Yay. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed tonight's card. Someone's going to win it, and I'll put it in the mail to them tomorrow. And you'll be one card ahead for Easter if that's something that you do. And yeah. And then remember, I will go live again next Tuesday, Lord willing, and we will make another great card. All right. Thanks for being here, everybody. I appreciate you. See you next time. Bye.